Hi, I'm Emma.
And I'm Grace.
And you're watching Big Stick TV. We live on Earth, we need to keep it healthy.
Here's Matthew and AJ with the details.
This is AJ from Big Stick TV, and today we're going to be talking about environmental science.
Today, AJ will be going and interviewing two separate environmental science teachers to get an inside scoop on what they teach students. We also got the chance to film inside the setting of an environmental science classroom.
Since so many toxins have been released into the air, how will Earth continue so polluted?
Well, if we don't do anything, it's not going to continue. We're in a state where it's going to be catastrophic until we do something. Now, I know there's a lot of negative press, but if there are people already working on solutions and actually enacting some of them. So I wish the media would also cover some of that. It kind of seems hopeless at times for students, but there is a lot of positive out there. We just got to get everybody on board. That's our biggest struggle. As long as we get everybody on board, we were successful with the ozone hole and those toxins that were being released. We can do so now with climate change.
What are some of the things we can do to improve Earth's conditions?
Well, I saw something recently and it really resonated with me that they were talking about we don't need just a few people doing everything perfectly. We need millions of people doing it imperfectly. So every little thing you can do matters. Maybe you're still using styrofoam coffee cups, but if you're reducing your food waste, if you're walking somewhere instead of taking a car and using fossil fuels, if you're turning your air conditioner up instead of having your house at 75, have it at 78. If everybody did some of those little things, we'd make a huge difference.
What is the purpose of this class, environmental science?
The purpose of this class is twofold. One, it's to give students a way to see the bigger picture. You learn all the basic concepts in biology, chemistry, and physics, and this is a big picture science where you get to see how all those science disciplines interconnect and affect ecosystems. The other goal is to teach students about the world around them and how it influences their everyday life. We do things like we learn how to check your water quality at home, how to correctly diagnose your soil in your yard for the proper fertilizer. So it's big picture and it's also our everyday lives.
There is also a garden that environmental science frequently goes to visit. They plant plants and vegetables. In the garden, students also learn how plants are developed and fully grow.
How will Earth continue so polluted?
So environmental science is my class, and the Earth will continue so polluted, but to a certain point where it gets critical mass, and the Earth will slowly fall apart. The system itself is quite fantastic and will bear a lot of weight in terms of a lot of pollution and toxins and biomagnification, but at some point there's a tipping point where it can't recover, and that's the problem.
And what are some things we can do to improve the Earth's conditions?
Very simple: reduce, reuse, recycle. It has been said since I think the 60s, and it's something that we really need to do. Less plastic, less one single-use plastics, less waste in general. Environmental scientists is really to bring awareness of all the sciences together and how it works as a whole system, on all the systems on Earth and how they actually do interconnect. And what that means to us in our lifetime and our generation, and how we use the products that we have and what we use in terms of technologies and science and making things better. And not all things are better newer, some things are better older, and what those advantages and disadvantages are to how we live our lives. So most of the class is about working together. It's about coming with understanding the bigger picture and all the systems and how it all works together, and then making the choices, the pros and cons, and weighing your options. And if we do this, how bad is it going to be later?
This is AJ from Big Stick TV, signing off.
Driving is a big step in the life of a young driver.
Learn about an app that helps you be safe and rewarding with Emma, and Grace.
Hi, I'm Emma from Big Stick TV. Today we're doing a story on Safe to Save, an app where it rewards you for safe driving. Here's our story.
So Safe to Save was started by a woman named Marcy Corey out of College Station, Texas, because she was tired of students at A&M getting hit by cars that were distracted, and so she decided to do something about it and create the app.
There are currently 175,000 Safe to Save users.
Yeah, so Safe to Save's goal is to end distracted driving. Our goal is to have no deaths on the Texas roadways. We have partnered with TTI and have done studies, and people that use the app and communities that use the app, they've seen the number of wrecks from distracted driving go down.
The National Safety Council estimates that cell phone use while driving leads to 1.6 million car crashes each year.
Sure. My story happened back in 21 April of 2012. I just returned from a deployment probably about 2 or 3 months earlier. I was leaving a social gathering with a bunch of friends of mine, and I was on my motorcycle. I pulled out of the driveway, went down the street, came up to a stoplight, and as I came up to the stoplight, I put my feet down because it was obviously red and I had to stop. When I put my feet down and looked in my rearview mirror, I saw one headlight. It was one headlight in an SUV that struck me from behind going 45 miles per hour. The impact of the crash knocked me 136 feet across the intersection. It broke my left arm in two, created nerve damage in my left hand, and I was left there laying on the ground staring at the sky. I remember the whole impact. I was never left consciousness. I remember flying through the air as the SUV is pushing my motorcycle down the road. But the moral of the story is that I'm the lucky one. That place that we left, a friend of mine, she was drinking too much. So to prevent her from driving home, I decided to give her a ride on the back of the motorcycle. When the SUV struck, it struck into her back. It bent her back at a 90-degree angle. Her head hit the hood of the SUV, snapped it, and she died on impact. She died literally less than 4 feet away from me on the ground, and I couldn't do anything to help her. She was a single mother, so that accident impacted her. I had 2 kids, it impacted them. The person that was driving the vehicle was a 16-year-old teenager, texting her friends to let her know that she was meeting them up at IHOP. Junior ROTC kid. Good GPA, no issues ever. One huge mistake. And because of that mistake, her life has been impacted for the rest of her life because she killed someone. My life has been impacted for the rest of my life because of the accident and because I have the memory of everything. My kids have to go through that and know what everything I had to go through. Their lives are impacted. And my friend's son lost a mother and never had a father, and will never get that back again.
1 out of 4 accidents are caused by texting while driving.
Take it serious. It's fun, it's enjoyable, but you gotta be serious about it. It can impact so many people out there. The moment you get complacent and think it's not gonna happen to you, it's gonna happen to you. People go through life very luckily not to get in an accident, and they are lucky. Just be aware of your surroundings, be complacent, don't get complacent, and know everything that's going on.
Texting and driving is never okay. Buckle up, be aware, and be safe on the road.
This has been Big Stick TV. I'm Emma. Thanks for watching.
Data is a great program to be in.
Here's Zach, Jaden, and Antonio to give you the scoop.
This is Zacchaeus Anderson for Big Stick TV News, reporting live from the data hallway. We were at Mr. Falcone's class to find out a little bit more about Audio and Video 1.
I think the most fun thing about this class is that we get a better look from behind the scenes about what goes into a film.
In Audio and Video 1, students will learn how to create shot composition.
Well, that class over there is Audio Video 1, and right now we're learning shot composition, aesthetics of sound and vision, rule of thirds, and rack focusing all at the same time.
We'll be learning how to divide their images into 2 horizon and 2 vertical lines.
Because I'm really interested in video production and films and movies and stuff like that.
Students will soon be learning aesthetic sounds. Aesthetic sounds construct nature and a wide variety of relationship it can have to the image given.
I really like this classroom because Mr. Falcone is a great teacher. It's a great experience. You get to work with other people to make amazing productions.
This has been Zacchaeus Anderson for Big Stick TV News, signing out.
San Antonio weather is very unpredictable.
Here's Matthew with the weather.
I'm Matthew with your weather report from Big Stick TV. Right now it is 33 degrees Fahrenheit with a 20% chance of rain. It's very cold, so be careful to stay warm.
Football season is over.
Here's Marvin and Reggie to give you the deets on the football team.
Giacchio, I'm Marvin Martin. We're here to recap the Roosevelt Reed Johnson game.
The difference between this season and last season is the team bonding, for one, that's for sure, and how hard our work ethic is together, and how hard we practice every day and prepare mentally and physically before a game. How far I think we're going to go? We can go pretty far, as much as I believe in our team. We can go pretty far as long as we keep our mindset right and all believe in each other and all believe in the coaches. What improvements we can make, increasing our practice ethic and having the right energy every day. That's how much it means to us. We got to have that every day.
It was a dogfight at the Roosevelt versus Johnson game.
The game started off with both teams scoring touchdowns in the opening drive. In the second quarter, Johnson's star running back, Justin Rodriguez, went down and didn't return.
Both teams going back and forth with big plays. Going into the half, the score was 21-21.
Probably just say overall leadership across the board. Buy-in has something to do with that. Just a group of guys that have bought into the same thing and working towards the same goal. It's really, I think everything we do is always focused on doing little things, and so little things can cover a lot of different areas, but it really focuses on getting the focus back on ourselves and finding ways we can be better. And it really is kind of 1 week at a time and one game at a time, and as long as they continue to get better and come in and prepare and practice for it and get better, who knows.
The final touchdown for Roosevelt High School scored by Brandon Arblin. Johnson came right back and scored again. They went for two, and a big stop made by Josiah Carrilla to win the game 35-34.
This group is special, so it has an opportunity to go as far as they'll take it.
I'm Marvin. I'm Reggie. This has been Big Stick TV. Thank you for watching.
Want to learn on why fashion design is a fun creative class?
Here's Sarah and Haley with the touch up on fashion.
My name is Sarah, and I am live here at Fashion Design Room for Big Stick TV, where the students in this class create clothing for projects and contests.
I joined because I've always liked to design or do stuff, whether it's interior or clothes.
In this class, students are able to take Design 1 and Design 2 in the same class period.
I want to do architecture or interior design. So kind of sort of the same.
The fact that you have an accent.
Students in fashion design create a clothing using their creativity to come up with a fashionable design that may be the new fashion in the future.
I am the Fashion Design 1, Fashion Design 2 teacher, as well as the Lifetime Nutrition and Wellness and the Principles of Human Services teacher. This is my 31st year at Roosevelt, and I know when I started here we did not have fashion design. We did have a clothing class, which we called apparel. We really didn't step up into a fashion design realm until probably, I want to say 15, 16 years ago.
Our shoes to guide and study how we can combine colors, stitch together colors same way. Does that make sense? Value? But if you use too much of it.
Sunny out on stand-up. This had been a great story for Big Stick TV.
The blood drive is very important in many ways.
Here's Aaliyah to give you the details.
The blood drive is back, and it's our first one of the year with 58 units donated. The committee is greatly appreciated for their donations. I spoke with Senior Student Council President Tyler and why she participates in this event every year.
I like to be a part of the blood drive because my grandfather passed away of cancer, and so I know how much the blood helps when they need transfusions and other things. And also I just know it helps other people to it helps them support their family and make sure that they know that people are saving them, because one donation saves 3 lives.
Giving blood can be very exhausting. Some have either passed out or felt sick because of not eating a good meal prior to giving blood. A first-time donor, Xavier, tells us why he decided to donate in this year's blood drive.
Honestly, I wanted to donate because my mom donated and she thought it would be good for me to start donating. So.
Those who donated were giving a shirt and some snacks to keep their sugar levels up. Student Council encourages everyone 16 or older to sign up and donate just 1 pint of blood to save at least 3 lives. That's all I have for you today. Signing off, I'm Aaliyah with Big Stick TV.
Sports are a big part of high school experiences.
Here's AJ with sports.
Hello, this is AJ with your sports report and Big Stick TV. Basketball season here at Roosevelt has officially begun. Friday, November 15th, our boys are going to be playing at 5:30 at Del Rio. Then on the 25th, they'll be playing O'Connor at 7 p.m. This has been AJ with your sports report and Big Stick TV.
I'm Emma.
And I'm Grace.
And this has been Big Stick TV.